We look at a lot of loony clips on this program, so it really takes a lot for me to say this. I have for you today one of the most outrageous clips I've seen in years, and it is from right-wing propaganda channel Newsmax, and it involves the MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell. Now, I won't do a big lead up, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page. If you've been following politics for the last year, you might know that MyPillow is a company that sells pillows on right-wing media. I believe even pajamas as well. And the founder, Mike Lindell, is a right-wing religious nut who thinks Donald Trump was or is a gift from God to the American people. Lindell somehow, because this country is so backwards, ended up in a position of proximity to power. He was actually close to Donald Trump. He was advising Trump about how to possibly stay in power despite having lost the election to Joe Biden. Mike Lindell appeared on Newsmax yesterday and started spouting off about Dominion voting systems, which didn't go well because Newsmax, like many other networks and Rudy Giuliani and others, Newsmax has been threatened by Dominion with a lawsuit if they keep repeating these false claims about Dominion voting systems. So the hosts, when Mike Lindell brings up Dominion voting, the hosts try to change topics and it doesn't go well. Mike Lindell just keeps talking. It culminated with one of the hosts walking off the set. But first, when Mike Lindell brings up Dominion, the host starts saying, we can't verify any of this, clearly trying to avoid a lawsuit. But Mike Lindell just keeps going.
So what happened? What happened with your Twitter account and the company page?
Well, first mine was taken down because we have all the election fraud with these Dominion machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then when I put it back up, my personal, it was a
Mike, thank you very much. Mike, you're talking about machines that we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations. We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in every state were certified, and Newsmax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view. So,
okay, so he gets that on the record, but Mike Lindell doesn't care. He will not be dissuaded from talking about Dominion voting systems. Let's keep going, and it just continues to escalate.
We wanted to talk to you about canceling culture, if you will. We don't want to relitigate the allegations that you're making, Mike, because we understand where you are. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this should be temporary because it appears to be permanent? Could you make an argument that it is temporary?
What?
Could you make an argument that this could be a temporary banning rather than permanent?
No, I want it to be a permanent because you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election fraud with these machines. So I'm sorry if you think it's not
Mike,
it's real.
Can I ask our producers, can we get out of here, please? I don't want to have to keep going over this.
Actually,
we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those allegations.
So absolute and complete chaos. One of the funniest news clips that I've seen. And here in this last segment, if you're listening, you might hear noise as the host walks off. If you're watching, you will see the host just walk right off the set.
Mike, hold on a second. Everybody hold on a second. Mike, hold on 1 second. Let's talk a little bit about just what is happening overall in terms of censorship of...
Trying to cancel out my company and myself in this country. It's cancel culture.
So by that point, one of the hosts is just gone. Outrageous and amazing. And the real question is, why do they keep having Mike Lindell on at all? They know that this is Lindell's shtick. Newsmax sees the billion-dollar lawsuits by Dominion against Rudy Giuliani and others. They got a threat letter themselves saying, stop these defamatory claims. And they decided as a company, hell no, we can't afford that. So then why do you have Mike Lindell on when you know that that's what he's been talking about for months now? And I want to be really, really clear. This is not about ethics. Newsmax is depraved and horrible. They are willing to spread anything. And in fact, for a month or 6 weeks after the November election, they welcomed every one of these lunatics on. Sidney Powell, Rudy, whoever, to talk about Dominion, to talk about voter fraud, massive voter dumps, all of this different stuff. This is not about ethics. It's about money. I don't think I've ever seen defamation claims and warnings used as effectively as we've seen Dominion use them in response to right-wing media. They have right-wing media hosts literally walking away when the topic of Dominion voting machines is brought up. They're asking producers cut his mic because they've so effectively been notified. We will sue you if you keep allowing this stuff on the air. And I think the most important takeaway is there's a few important takeaways here. Takeaway number one, how insane is this country that the MyPillow guy became close to the president because of his ideas about how to steal an election? And as I've said before, Trump saying I'm running wouldn't have done the damage it did were not the American electorate, or at least part of it, so susceptible to an obvious con man like Donald Trump. In the same way, Mike Lindell wanting to be an advisor to the president would be meaningless if we didn't have a president who thought it was a good idea. And that's one takeaway. The other is, I've said it, but I want to say it again. Newsmax is not concerned with the truth all of a sudden, and that's why they're saying to Mike Lindell, don't talk about Dominion. They're scared of the lawsuit. They knew the truth from day one, which was Joe Biden won the election. That's it. But they kept airing this crap because it got them clicks. But now the risk of $1 billion lawsuit is too big for the revenue they were probably making on YouTube or wherever else by repeating this stuff. So an immensely compelling clip to watch. And think about, if what you're saying is too outrageous for Newsmax to air, it's bad. And that you're off the deep end. One of our sponsors is Four Sigmatic, the company best known for their delicious mushroom coffee. Four Sigmatic's mushroom coffee is organic, fair trade, single origin Arabica coffee with both lion's mane and chaga mushrooms. Chaga mushrooms have actually been shown to have potential in supporting the immune system in peer-reviewed studies. I've been drinking Four Sigmatic coffee a lot lately. It actually doesn't taste anything like mushrooms. It just tastes like any delicious coffee, but it's really easy on my stomach, doesn't give me any jittery feeling or a midday crash. And they have over 20,000 5-star reviews. And best of all, if you don't love it, you'll get 100% of your money back because they stand behind their product. You've got nothing to lose by giving it a try. Four Sigmatic is giving my audience up to 40% off and free shipping when you go to foursigmatic.com/Pakman. The link is right underneath this video.